In my 13 years of managing, running, opening coworking locations, the biggest missed connection that I've seen in the industry is the period between I picked an operator and I'm opening my location. What should happen between those two distinct events? And what's your role in it? I'm Mike Creel. This is Flex in 5. I'm a 13-year operator, owner, flexible space, co-working, helper. I don't even know how many things to call myself. Been in this industry for over 10 years, helping landlords figure out, how do I create the most value for my building using flexible options? Grab some popcorn, sit back. This is a good one. There's a void between I have an operator and now we're going to open a space. And what is that void? That void is what needs to be done in my space to get it to the standard of my operator. And how much is that going to cost? How long is that going to take? And then what is the return I expect to get based on that? And pay attention, because there's some nuances here that you're going to want to listen to. Market TI and market rent are never spoken of, not in the deals that we do. Because if you have good second gen space, I don't care what a market TI package is. Because my responsibility to you is to get your space to the level I need it at for as little money as possible. So it'd be foolish to say, go in and I want it slab to slab and I want it $150, $200 a foot to look like I want it to look. That's dumb. Don't do that. What you should do is walk around with the operator and say, okay, you need your design team, you need your operator, and you need someone who manages or can speak for ownership. Walk the space, literally office by office, seat by seat, wall by wall, mark something up, get a test fit, and say, look, you know what? These offices are 120 square feet. Yeah, I would love it if they were 110, but am I going to knock down walls to move them 2 feet? That's silly. So what you want to get to is a place where ownership goes and prices out, what do I need to do to get it to a standard that you like, operator? And then meanwhile, the operator then says, all right, while you do that, I'm going to create a pro forma based on what we just talked about. And then we're going to kind of smash them together and see, is this worth doing? So what happens most times is the ownership side comes back with a number way less than a market deal. Way less, half, maybe a third. And that's really great, right? They get all excited. Hey, this is only going to cost $38 a square foot to get this place up to your standard. Then the operator comes back and says, hey, if we do that, right, these numbers look pretty promising. I think I can get you this return over, when at kind of at stabilization. How quick is it going to take to get there? And what's it going to look like once it's stabilized? And the conversation for you to have as an owner is, okay, what am I willing to put out on capital and what risk am I going to take for what return, right? Now, mind you, these aren't rents. This is not market TI, market rent with 3% escalators. This is, I've got a building that needs help. I want to put flexible space in it. Am I willing to put $30, $40, $50 a foot in, which is not market TI? And am I willing to take something less than a market rent return to do all the things, all the great things that flexible space does, right? Creates activity in the building, it grows tenants, it lets people shrink, it lets people grow, right? If I'm going to take all those benefits, is that a good trade? And I have seen that piece, that blows up more deals than any other language in any agreement that I've seen for over a decade in this business. Either it costs too much and your return's too low. I want too much. An operator wants too much TI, and you're never going to get the return that you want. So doesn't need to be done. Crucial part of the space between I have my operator and now who does what and what are the financial implications of that. And we're going to talk about those in later episodes. If you want to learn more, check out our website, launchworkplaces.com/landlord. We've got an ebook that summarizes all these things more in paragraph form than in video. Or always, reach out to me on LinkedIn if you have any questions. I've helped dozens of owners decide who's the right fit for them, what's the right deal structure for them. Millions of questions I've been asked. How do I get into this? How do I make the best decisions? Learn more, and we just try to limit the downside. We'll talk to you soon.